All right, perfect.
If you catch them in there, you process in LSPD. And I thought that was fun. We were past that.
Guys,
Hey, Ventura.
the day we never wanted to come is coming.
What do you mean?
Chris and I just finished a convo with Chief Moss.
Ugh.
Where she expressed her concerns, her newfound concerns after talking to someone about people who were doing crime down south being processed up north.
What?
And she's talking about how she's started to come to realizations, the issues that could happen, that could cause. And I'll be honest, I kind of chewed into her, and wasn't really holding back while Crystal was trying to be a little nicer about it. I was telling her how
that was me. That was me not being nice.
I was telling you that was you not being nice.
Well, if I'm being nice, I won't say anything.
You were talking about people's feelings.
I was saying, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I care about the people's feelings.
I told her,
and it made it sound like she doesn't care.
I was telling her the problems that'll bring up. I was telling her the issues that's gonna cause. I was telling her that I told her that it goes exactly against what she said in the beginning. She's switching her mindset. I told her that I told her that if I said when the fallback comes from this, if you make this decision and the fallback happens and all the issues that arise and you get all the fucking pushback, I said you better hope it's because of something you actually wanted and not something that you let somebody talk you into doing. Basically, she didn't say it, but fucking, we all know this is Nino talking in her ear, trying to get her to do shit because Nino's been wanting us out of the city since he got in office. But it seems like it seems like she's pointing, or she's getting to the point where she's gonna make it so we're not allowed to process up north as an SOP, process down south if there's crime. And I brought up the fact that
so she doesn't want us to process down south, and she doesn't want us to take people up north.
No, she doesn't want us. Sorry, excuse me.
Oh no, it's worse.
She doesn't. She would. I think she'd be fine for us to process down south.
Okay, let's just take them to the woods like we used to.
Yeah, it's more so if they're caught in the south, they'd be processed in the south.
If it starts in the south and they're caught, or if they're caught in the south, I think she said, then they would get processed in the south.
I have an idea.
Don't pull the trigger too quickly. What are you gonna do, Bean?
We get a billboard and we put this on it.
I told her.
I told her. Yeah, that's why I told her.
I told her the divide. I said people will be more unwilling to help each other, to offer support on scenes. Why would LSPD want to help all of BCSO up north if something happened up north if they're not going to get anything of it? I said yesterday it was only BCSO on duty for an hour and a half. Would she rather that we let cash exchanges and shit go happen and hostages be taken?
No, she said, what'd you call it? You said, BCSO is like, you said BCSO was like a bunch of helping with a bunch of crime down south. Like, does the north not have any crimes going on there?
I said we're always coming down south to deal with your robberies because we value life over a fucking moonshine bottle.
Yeah.
I had to come down south for 2 cash exchanges, 2 hostages, laundromats.
Well, if our budget doesn't make it any money, there's no point in us going down south.
Yeah. I said, if you expect me to come down south and clean up your cash exchanges,
I'm not processing a 95 down south ever.
So her reasoning for why the reason she said was instances where people are getting different charges being processed. I said, well, there's been scenes where 4 people at MRPD all got charged differently. What's the excuse for that? I said, there's no reason why people can't get on the radio and coordinate charges. I said if people are getting, I said that's officer error. That has nothing to do with communication. I said I/BCSO led a shootout in Cyprus where we arrested 10 individuals and processing went flawless, even though it was split, and that was all done over the radio. I said don't use radio communication as an excuse for this.
That's why we have radios.
It's fixing problems that don't exist.
It's making bigger problems. I told her literally, I said, ask yourself if this is best for the LSPD. I said, fuck us. Don't even think about us in that fucking thought process. But ask yourself if forcing us to not be able to do this is going to be best for your department. They will be fucked.
The conversation that needs to be had to prove whether or not they're doing this to fuck us over is if they don't want us to bring 95s up here, then allow us. If we process someone, we still get the cut for our department, regardless of where we're
But
processing.
then it takes away the money aspect.
I
And
mean,
that's
this is why
If
Nino
it's-
put
well,
someone
that's-
who's never been
her
a cop
her,
before.
her
in,
question.
In
No, she
chief.
was a cop, but
Because she's a puppet.
she was a cop, but
She hasn't been a cop.
she was a part of the skeleton
She
crew.
was for like a week, and then
Yeah, so
she
she has
she
minimal
reapplied,
experience.
and then
And was
2 weeks
rejected.
later was
She
chief.
applied to the BCSO, which is
And
kinda
I think-
crazy.
I don't know. Like,
But that's the thing. If they're not willing to let us get paid for processing down there, then they're not doing this about. They're not worried about the 95s and all the
Well-
charges. They don't want us to get money. Period.
I told her,
Like,
don't
do
forget,
that.
we're a product of circumstance. I said I would much rather process down south. I'd be happy to process down south if my department made the money, but I'm forced to bring them up north, or else my department gets nothing. I said that's
Yeah.
just how things are. That's how we've adapted,
he's code
and
four,
we're working with how things are. But
Code
she's,
Ready
I
for
said,
dinner.
I told her, you're
Thanks for
pushing for
backup.
a complete split, and it's not going to be good. And I told her, and it's irreparable. If that happens, that's it. There's no coming back from it. I told her, I said, you better think long and hard before you talk to our high command about
Especially
this.
with all the people that are looking to transfer at the moment as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is
But
like
Bruce is
almost half the
right.
fucking department.
Bruce is right that, and I'll tell Cassidy and Bones this. Like, I wouldn't say like to flat out be like, okay, well, we'll just do this. But if they present the alternative of if this is really what you want and you're really worried about the legislative aspect and the laws and all that having to do with processing, we will agree to process down south if our department will get the money for our deputies processing. And if she says no, then that throws out her side of it being a legislative thing and her actually caring about the legal aspect of it, and that puts it all on money. Because why would she say no to the money if she actually wants us to prosper as our own department?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot Melon wasn't here. I started
Which
the whole
then
thing.
goes further into being Nino
How about Melon?
wanting us.
It is Nino.
Just
Nino's
let
been
out
wanting us out of the
about-
fucking city since he got into office. He's been asking us why the fuck we're down there, what the fuck we're doing, why can't we go up north?
Which is weird because we're some of the most active and patrolling officers.
Hmm.
When
Out of the
Nino was
entire
coaching
UPD.
for coaching the BCSO and stuff, you would mention how like it's in the future it's gonna be good for the LSPD and it won't look so good for the BCSO and stuff.
I think Moss is just a Nino puppet, and he only cares about the money. So that's why she doesn't give you an answer. Is because she's got to go and talk to him first.
I think this is she made it clear that she's not making
Mhm.
decisions because all of her statements have just been conflicting from what she said in the beginning.
The teal do your melon real quick.
Mayor talked to Moss, and now Moss is saying she doesn't want us taking 95s up to Sandy.
She
for
hasn't
processing.
officially said it. She says she's starting to think that it shouldn't be the way it is right now. So
She thinks that-
she's alluded to it maybe being how it's going to be in the future, but she's not saying anything for certain.
Yeah, she thinks they'll fix the problems that we had.
Strawberry with
uh,
a
processing.
The only problem she
to
could name
review
is
both side one time,
inaccurate or
please, and requested.
not inaccurate, but differences in charges for split processing.
Which
Right.
let's think about the big shootout that happened at the movie studio.
Mhm.
When we got up here and we're charging people, everything was fine. What was going on at MRPD? Oh right, multiple shootouts. The same person.
Also,
13 Alpha like 3 times.
we would
in a
have
row.
processed accurately up north. The 11, what LSPD told us to, if had one not been dropped. But one of them got processed for 11, which was what was the agreed upon number.
Oh, and then that was when the marshals and Opal were given Rami
Time
like,
off
strange-
and fucking
yeah.
I don't know that shit.
It seems
I
to-
don't- I think it's just gonna like there's the back and forth funny beef and then there's this actual divide, and if they're trying to just push us out, I don't think they realize that we have a great fucking time patrolling up here.
I told her. I said, listen, Chief Moss, if you push us up north, we will have no fucking problem staying up north and patrolling. I said, but ask yourself what the fuck it's gonna do to the city.
I'll have a problem.
Yeah.
City will fucking
I don't want
burn.
to stay in fucking Sandy
yeah, I told her like
every time I get my
me-
job.
Those
Did
those
you
tell her
besties
to
and
open
those
dispatch?
hydras are gonna take over everything.
Well,
Yeah,
And
we're
we will
all the
just
cadets are
mollywop
very
the
much
Chaos
class.
Legion all day.
on tree, guys. Okay.
What? We're doing a chant.
1, 2, 3. LSPD to my dick.
Okay, Bean, that's a little cringe. We'll put that one on the fucking back burner for now.
Fuck 'em.
I'll put that on the diss track, sir.
Thank you.
I don't think it's ever been
Then it asks, so,
LSPD, command and lower. I don't think it's ever been LSPD. It's always been chief, assistant chief, and mayor. It's always been the problem.
Like, has she talked to her
not
officers
always,
about any of
during
this? Like,
Probably
I don't
not,
think
because
any of them
I think
want
vast
this.
majority, excluding maybe Carmine and Hannah and maybe Jeb for the meme, will be against it. I can't imagine like they'd be for it. And like, listen, I'm no law guy, but also, isn't the fucking prison in our jurisdiction?
Yeah.
Does that not muddy shit
the
up?
prison is considered
Wait, it
state
crosses.
property,
Sorry,
so
it crosses
Marshall-
through our jurisdiction.
Yeah, but
So then, aren't you wouldn't the 95 have to be transported into Blaine County anyways to go to prison?
Yeah.
I just think I think we should like they should see how a week goes without any BCSO patrolling the city or responding to any of their calls.
Yeah, I mean, we've all heard it on radio when somebody wants a 77 and they're not getting one. They ask 3 times, you know.
And there's 2 LSPD units patrolling, and Viv saying if you're 10-8 and you're just sitting at MRPD, get out there.
I mean, look who's on patrol right now. There's 3 units.
Has been promoted with the hot dog stand.
And we're about to get a fresh batch of cadets. What are we gonna do? Just drive around?
We
fucking
are
North
vastly
Palacio?
outnumbering them on duty right now.
Can you 10-9 now?
But our cadets can't learn
Yeah, do we know
properly if
if
we don't
the,
take
if
them
the
to the
promotion for the
proper
free
calls.
food has been extended or it's not valid anymore?
Yeah. True, but we'll figure it out.
Do you mean
We'll figure it
the
out.
Like I said,
I'd say just talk to this with
Yeah,
Cassidy
well, for
and
us, we need
Bones
the
tomorrow.
free
We're
meal
gonna.
every
I'm gonna
6
talk to
hours at the
Cassidy and
hot
Bones
dog
and Jimbo
stand
and ask them probably later.
at the food court.
Or you guys like operate as normal. Don't do anything stupid.
unknown?
Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
look, we
I
paid,
told her
but
at the end. I said, listen. I said, I said, am I good to keep bringing people
Yeah,
up
I
north?
just went
And
there
she said,
and
yeah.
they,
I said, well,
they
I'm gonna
didn't
keep doing
know
that
about
until you
it.
tell me not
So
to.
the last update was like
So,
20 days ago.
Keep
so,
doing
If they
things how.
order you
I
to
was
process them in
calling it for
MRPD,
just now.
just do it, and then just
Okay.
let us know.
No, don't. No, listen. Do it only if their high command orders you to.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Make
yeah.
make
That's
their
what I
high
mean.
command say that.
If it's an order from a superior, do it.
That's the other crazy thing is they're doing all this stuff. Nino's putting all this legislation in against the county, but like we haven't done